Hey everyone. Make sure we're where we're supposed to be. Looks like it. Make sure I can see comments. Make sure you say hello and let me know you're here. Seems like forever since we were together. Have a super cute little card for you tonight. What a beautiful day today after all this crazy rain. All right. We'll wait a second and give everybody an opportunity to find us, and then we will jump right in. Hope everyone is doing wonderfully. I, for one, am thrilled we have no more rain, although I understood we might have a couple of days yet with it, but the temperatures, craziness, just craziness. So, again, we'll wait just a couple of minutes for everyone to find us, and then we will jump in. I have a lot to share tonight. Get myself situated. There we go. All right. I'm kind of winging this card. Maybe I'll say making it on the fly. The one I wanted to do, I inadvertently spilled water on it, and I didn't have enough time to redo it. So we're going to do something different with a totally different stamp set. Hi, Diana. Good to see you too. It's been a while. Hope you're doing wonderfully. Like I said, we'll wait just another minute and then we'll jump in. I got to go this weekend and see my grandbaby. Hi, Linda. In Pittsburgh, and oh my gosh, he's growing like a weed. I can't believe he's going to be 2 in not too long, at the end of May. And yesterday we got to see the 4D ultrasound for our newest grandson, who's coming at the beginning of May. And that's pretty exciting. We didn't have all those fancy things when I had my kids. I think we had a 2D, maybe I don't even think I had a 3D when Sarah was born. And they sure didn't, I don't remember them printing it out. But anyway, pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. Hi, Linda Off Fox. Hi, Tracy Conrad. Good to see everybody. It seems like forever. And then I went back and looked, and it was February 13th. Oh, my gosh. So we've all handled the snow. Now we're handling the rain. Oh, thank you, Linda. His big brother is over the moon excited. We are over the moon excited. So can't wait. He's due on Derby Day, so we will see. We will see. Hopefully, they don't do what our girls are. So Sarah and Shelby were born 5 years and 2 days apart. So Shelby got a little sister for her 5th birthday. So I told Sarah, hopefully they'll not be as close together. We'll see, though. we'll just be happy with whatever. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today is Friday, March the 6th. Holy mackerel, this week has flown by. 2026, and this is our weekly Facebook Live here on DonnaStamps.com. Thank you to everyone who is joining. There is a lot going on in the Stampin' Up! World. Hopefully everybody remembered to take care of their bonus coupons before February ran out. And how exciting that several new people took advantage of the joint promotion last month and got the new positioner. Very excited about that. I have not heard any news yet over when the positioner will be available for customers. I would assume it will be closer to the time that the new catalog starts at the beginning of May. But on stage, which is our annual convention, so to speak, for demonstrators is next week. And I'm sure that they will announce it then. And once they do, I can share it with you. I've already shared a couple of sneak peeks with you about some other news that's coming. And as I can roll out more information, I will do that as well. First, we have our brand new online exclusives that launched on Tuesday. I have the flyer up for you, and you can check out all those products. Awesome, awesome things. We still have our mini catalog going until the end of April, so you can take advantage of that. And then, of course, with each month, we have new kits. We have two really awesome sets, 2 card sets, and then there's one that has a set of like easel style clipboards, which are very, very cute. So I'm excited to see what people might do with that. And then who knows, I might have them at our upcoming Creative Escape. We do have a new product of the month. I love this one, especially with getting ready to have a new grandbaby. And his room is all kinds of little silly goose. So it's called Notes of Spring. Isn't that cute? I love the little bunny and the deer. And the words are, especially for you, a little note of thanks and happiest birthday wishes. But you could combine this with some of our baby sets, etc., to make some super, super baby cards. So again, you qualify for this when you place a $75 order before shipping and tax and after any coupons or rather Stampin' Rewards that you might use. So make sure that that order is $75, and then you can get this cute little stamp set for $5. Now, I can tell you that the Painted Illusions paper from February is still available, as is the Fabulous Sayings, which was January. I did notice this last night when I was looking that the blue floral paper from December is now sold completely out. So hopefully you got a chance to take advantage of that and get it. But I'm just loving this stamp set. I'm excited to get it and to use it for some new things. I wanted to also remind you of a couple of things. The new catalog is actually coming out in May. And while that is still, roughly, 6 weeks away, we do have a set of in colors from the 24 to 26. And there's some of my favorites. We're actually going to use one of the colors tonight that are going to be going away. So if you have not gotten your refills, or even these ink pads or any of the cardstock things that are in these colors, you want to make sure and get them now instead of waiting, because once that list is made aware, and of course that new catalog comes out once they refresh the last chance list, these will go very, very quickly, especially the refills. So let me remind you of those colors. It's Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, Summer Splash, one of my favorites, Shy Shamrock, and then Petunia Pop. So again, if you haven't had a chance to get those, now's the time to do that so that you don't miss out on getting your refills. Now, one thing, because these are going away, yes, that means we're getting 5 new in colors. We get them every year with the release of the new catalog, and they actually did a sneak peek. And you'll notice that I had posted something a week ago that said, I can't share information. I know some people are, but they haven't given us the okay. Well, they've given us the okay now to give you a sneak peek of the new in colors, as well as a brand new ink pad style that's coming out. Now, don't panic, okay? A lot of people have heard the news and are already freaking out a little bit, but this style of stamp case is going to be here for a little bit, okay? Only the new in colors, which I'm going to show you here in just a second, are coming out in a new stamp case. Now, if you are familiar with the stamps cases that they used for Close to My Heart, which were magnetic, then you're already familiar with that stamp style. They are a little bit narrower, okay, just a tad. And they're a little bit longer, but they do fit into the Stampin' Up! Storage. So if you happen to have that for your ink pads, this will still work. But the difference is going to be for these 5 colors for now, they are going to be in felt format, okay? Now, I'm pretty excited about that. You know, I've been around for a long time, and when I first started with Stampin' Up!, all of our ink pads were felt. And it's similar, if you're not familiar with it, it's similar to what our Black Memento pad looks like. But number one, these are going to open so much nicer. I don't have them yet. I can't get them until the pre-order starts, but as soon as it does, I will get them and show them to you. But what's exciting, a lot of people have trouble opening these, okay? They stick. They're just hard sometimes to open. When they go to close them, they don't always work well. So they are converting to the new pads. So the way I can explain it to you is that instead of it being an opening compact, it's going to open side to side, but the pieces come apart and they stack on top of each other. Okay, so you can put the lid underneath or the bottom underneath, because these will store just like normal with the ink pad itself being in the top, but it's magnetic. So you won't lose your lid. If you don't want to stack them, you can put them side by side like this, and it'll be right there for you. So I am excited. It does take a little bit of getting used to if you are used to foam pads. I'm pretty excited about it because I have better luck with our old style felt pads. The pressure is a little bit different, and I love the fact that they're only bringing out these 5 right now in that style, but your colors are going to eventually, probably in 2027, when we do a color refresh, and I will let you know that I've heard that that is happening. But when we do that in 2027, that's when the pads will start converting over to the new version. The refills are going to be a little bit different. If you have, let's say you have Old Olive in the current foam pad and you have the refill, you'll be able to continue to put that refill into the foam pad. But if you purchase a new Old Olive, you'll want to get a new refill, because the re-inkers are going to be formulated specifically for felt versus foam, okay? In foam pads, we have that extra additive that is in there, if you remember, that keeps them from foaming up and bubbling. And so that little bit is going to change, but it doesn't mean you have to buy a new Old Olive pad. You can continue to use the one that you want. You just want to make sure you have all the refills for the foam pads before the conversion starts, because you're not going to want to put a new refill into a foam pad. But we'll talk about that more going in. But let me show you these colors. I'm very excited about them. I was very sad to see some of the colors that I just showed you going away. But look at these gorgeous colors. You've got Barely Blush, Crisp Cantaloupe, Golden Glow. This one kind of reminds me of So Saffron, which was one of my absolute favorites. Peaceful Pines, and then a Hydrangea Hue. And it kind of, I don't know, I'm anxious to compare it to some of the other colors to see. I can't decide what I think that looks like. We had a hydrangea color years ago. I don't have that pad anymore. If you're one who never parts with your pads, go back and look and see if you can find a hydrangea color. I'm excited. But again, stackable cases, works with the current storage, and your current pads as you know them for the core colors are not going anywhere anytime soon. So you are safe to say you don't have to buy new pads. So we'll talk more again when that comes up. Now, of course, I want to tell you about Club Cove for the month of March. I'm so excited about this kit. You are going to love it. If you have not seen it, we're going to be featuring Sweet Bugs, which is on pages 42, 43, 44, and 45 of the mini catalog. This is what that super cute stamp set looks like. Let me bring it around here. You've got an awesome stamp set with some awesome dies. The paper is to die for. So, so cute. And the dies do cut out some of those papers, as well as the little ladybugs and some rickrack ribbon. So Club Cove, you need to let me know if you're interested by the 20th of this month. It is a subscription, but if you don't want to subscribe monthly, you don't have to. You can just say, hey, I want that kit, and I will include you in the count and send you an invoice for your kit, okay? It makes 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs, and you get anywhere from $22 to $25 in product for $30, unless you need me to ship it to you, and then it's $38. So again, the cards are super cute. I can't wait for you to see them, and if you're interested and would like to get it, just let me know, and we'll get you included. What else do I have to tell you? Oh, events, upcoming events. We have our another Stamp a Stack at the end of the month. It will be on March the 22nd. That sounds weird that it's early, but there are 5 Sundays in the month of March. So this is always on the 4th Sunday. It's at 1 p.m. And we are doing a graduation, some thank yous, and some thinking of you sympathy cards. So if you're needing any of those, let me know and you can sign up. You have until the 15th to do that. Then I also have registration open for my Spring Creative Escape. This is my one-day retreat where we meet from 9 to 6 at the Marine Corps League. I provide lunch and dinner. We have door prizes and all kinds of fun. And you bring and work on whatever you want to work on. Some people bring paper pumpkins. Some do scrapbooking. There's just whatever craft that you would like to do. It's just a fun way to get together with other friends and crafty people and just spend the day working on whatever you want. Now, it's $50 for the day. Again, that does include your lunch and dinner and all your pillow gifts, etc. Early bird registration ends on March the 20th, and regular registration, hold on, I meant to write that down. Yes, is April 5th. If you sign up by the 20th as an early bird special, you're going to get $10 worth of raffle tickets for free. So check out all of that information now. You can register, but your payment needs to be to me by the 5th. okay? And I have a limited number of seats available, and they are starting to fill up really fast. So if you are interested, you need to register sooner than later. And then put this on the calendar as a save the date. My annual BOGO sale will be on Sunday, June the 7th. That's the first Sunday in June. And it's going to be from noon to 4 at the Marine Corps League, just like always. And for every dollar you spend in retired product, you get free in the brand new catalog that is starting in May. So doesn't cost anything to come. You don't have to register for it, but make sure you put it on your calendar, and you don't want to miss it because there's lots and lots of great deals. Bundles, some of them are $20 and $25. I have paper pumpkins, kits, you name it. I have it in tons of paper. Okay, so take advantage of all of those. Looks like boho blue. Hi, Bernice. Hi, Carol. Happy Friday to you too. Thank you for sharing. Who else did I miss? There's Nancy. Let me pull my laptop over here a little closer. My eyes are being a little wonky right now. So hello to everyone I haven't said hello to. And you are right. That does. Let me go back and look at that, Linda. Let me see. Yeah, it does kind of look like a boho blue. It says it's hydrangea. So our hydrangeas are kind of purpley blue, right? We'll have to check that out. I'm excited. And I know we had a cantaloupe before. And this golden glow kind of reminds me of a peach, but not a peach. And the peaceful pine kind of reminds me of wild wasabi, which I always love that color. So it's going to be neat to see. And of course, we've got that pretty barely blush. So that's going to be pretty for baby cards, etc. Okay. Now, I've got everybody's name in that commented before. So make sure that you do that. Say hello. Let me know you're here. And your name will go into a drawing for the project that we did on our last live many moons ago. It's just 2 weeks, but it seems like forever. And we did this very pretty card using our lavenders. I love this card so much. Such a fun card and so easy. So I've got everybody's name in here that commented, and let's see who's going to do that. Really? I did not know that, Nancy. The color of hydrangeas are affected by the acidity of the soil. I had no idea. I just know they're gorgeous. They always look like big snowballs to me. I love them. Okay, let's see who is going to get this card. And it's going to go to Linda Alfox. I think I know how to reach Miss Linda, so I will have that for you. And then if you will share my video, which I greatly appreciate, your name will go into a second drawing. Type the word shared in all capital letters so that I know that it was you who shared. And your name will go into this drawing for a stack of cards from my stash. And this is going to go to Diana Harris. So Diana, I will get those ready for you. All right. And then one thing I forgot to tell you is if you place an order that is $75 to get your product of the month, and you do that, I have a tutorial of 8 different projects that I'm going to send to you. In fact, I just sent out all of the ones who got it in February. Using the product of the month. So I can't wait to do that for you. So I will keep track of who's gotten that and get those out to you as well. So you get that. In addition, anyone who places an online order that's $35 or more before shipping, tax, and rewards, I always send an embellishment. So again, the product of the month, you'll get the tutorial, but you'll also get this embellishment as well, so you can kind of double up. These are called the Sparkle Dot Essentials, and these are so pretty. They're so flat. Can you see how flat they are? but just gorgeous. I love this style, and they have a lot of like glitter in them, so they're very, very pretty. So we'll keep track of those as well. All right, so let me put the camera down and I will show you the stinking cute bundle that we are going to play with today. All right, here we go. It's spring, it's babies. I'm all excited. So this is in the new mini catalog. Let me see what page that's on. I meant to share that. I thought maybe I would have time over the last couple of weeks to get us live on YouTube. Yes, you are right, Miss McFarland. That is correct. That's what I like about them is being flat. They mail so nice. This is on page 51 and is our Woolly Friends bundle. It's $40.50 and it makes these super cute little sheep. Just love these so much. There's two of them, one that kind of dances and one that's straight. And then, of course, it has one that you can actually fill in. So wonderful two-step set. But I also love the sentiments. Sending flowers and sunshine. You're simply fabulous. Welcome, cutie. And you make me happy. So, so cute. This is a super quick and easy card, but it has a few elements in it. So let me show you what you need. Your basic pieces are a piece of thick basic white. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're going to use a piece of the Petunia Pop. This is 3 3/4 by 5. And then we have a piece of basic white that's 3.5 by 4 3/4. Now that's your basic pieces for your card, okay? Then you're going to need some scraps to do your stamping and punching, okay? So I just have some basic white straps. Now, there's a couple of different ways that you can utilize this punch. I am finding that my old plan to do this, typically I will make a template and I will punch out, for example, just a piece of cardstock, etc. And then I will lay my stamps in it. So when I go to stamp, I know which direction they need to go. What I'm finding is that I have to be very careful with my photopolymer. And I've talked to you about this before. When you take your stamps off of the photopolymer, the one thing that you don't want to do is pull, okay? Because it is rubber. And unlike the red rubber that has the second layer of foam, this doesn't. So when you pull it off, you're actually stretching that, okay? And when you do that, it then affects how it's going to fit from time to time in your punch. So you want to make sure when you're taking photopolymer stamps off that you roll it with your fingers, just like that, okay? Don't pull it, because if you pull it, you run the risk of stretching it out of shape, and we don't want to do that. So what I have found now that works better with the photopolymer for me is I just stamp my different pieces and then punch them out separately instead of trying to punch them all out at once. But you can do it however you like that works best for you, okay? So let me move that out of the way. And what I'm going to do is bring in a piece of my grid paper. And the first thing I'm going to do is take this piece and I'm going to bring in a blending brush and my pool party. And I'm just going to add a little bit of color to the back of my paper. And I'm going to do this towards the center. Okay, so I'm going to start off And I'm just going to kind of go in the center lightly, not too much, not extra thick, but I just want to kind of add some color to take out the harshness of the white. Okay. All right. Do that. Then put that over there out of the way. Then I'm going to bring in my Memento. And I'm going to lay that here because I'm going to do the bulk of my stamping of my images in Memento. But I want to pull in some lemon lime twist, I think. Yeah, we'll do lemon lime twist. And what I want to do, actually, I don't want to do that yet. I want to pull in my little tulips. Okay, and I'm going to do 2 sets of tulips. I'm going to do one there, and I'm going to do them right over the top of where I've already sponged. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green. No, I said Lemon Lime Twist. I do that every time. And I'm just going to add this grass right underneath my flowers and go all the way across, just to kind of give it a little bit of structure for my background. We're going to be in the 50s yesterday, cooler today, rainy and foggy. So I think 50s are the norm, aren't they? I'm not sure. I can't keep up. I think it's the norm and then it's not. Okay, I'm going to use Petunia Pop. And I have, where is it? Here it is. These 3 little tops to my tulips. And I'm just going to fill those in just like that. Okay. And then I need that still. I'm going to lay him up here out of the way. Then I need my lemon lime twist again. And I have a stamp that has these little leaves to fill in. And again, I apologize if I put my head in the camera. Here we go. Okay, just like that. I'm going to lay that aside. Now, I'm going to go ahead and fold my card base and burnish it. And I'm going to add some stamping on the inside. So I decided, yeah. So on the inside, I'm going to do You Make Me Happy. And I'm just going to stamp that up here. And then down at the bottom, I want to add a couple, not a lot, but just, well, oh, what's on me? I got ink on me, I think. Not good when you have on a white top. Okay, we'll just do it like that. We will grab our little tulips. We'll repeat those down here. We'll get our green again. And in a lot of ways, this is a SIP card, which is, of course, stamps, inks, and paper. But when we add the punch, it will pop it up just a tad. So I'm going to add these in here like that. And then there's a tiny little bee. Actually, it's a butterfly. I always say a bee. Let me stamp off. Yeah. I pushed too hard. This is why foam, you have to be so careful. And I'm just going to put this little butterfly right down there. And then I'm going to take this pink. This is Pretty in Pink. And I'm just going to color him in for the inside. Okay. So that's our inside of our card. I'm going to lay that aside. Then I'm not going to add him just yet because I want to use Sending Flowers and Sunshine. And I want to put that down just a bit here on the front. Okay. And then we will add another butterfly, and I'm going to put that one just up over here like that. And again, use my pink to fill him in. Okay, just like that. All right, so that's that part. And we're going to lay these over here for the minute. And then I'm going to bring in those scraps. And what I want to do is I am going to stamp. And again, I want to grab my punch to see which way, when I go to punch this out, then I'm going to put my paper in. So I am going to put him over here to do the bottom, okay? And then on this side over here, I can't believe I just did that. That's why I don't need to leave ink pads open. I do that all the time. Do you ever do that? You don't mean to, but you put your ink pad, your stamp into the wrong ink. So frustrating. Okay. So I'm going to put him over here, just like that. All right, so I've got those done. And then I want to do a little bell. Actually, I'm going to do a bow. And I need, not that. I'm going to grab you. And for this one, your bow is kind of at an angle. So I want to do the same thing to where when I put this in, it's going to be a little easier to work with. So I'm going to stamp my outline. Then I'm going to re-ink up my inside. I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to pray. And that worked. Okay, good. So that's done. We'll punch him out in a second. We're going to close this up. Close this up. All right, so I've got that done. Then I'm going to bring in a light smoky slate. And I just want to color his little legs. And then I'm going to add just a little bit onto these little divots that they put here. And then I have my light Pretty in Pink. And I'm going to use the chisel side. Oh, I know what I forgot. I want to do this little tuft right here. Not all of it, just a little bit, okay? And then we will do the inside of our ears. And we'll give her some little cheeks, just like that. Okay. Then I have a Wink of Stella, and I want to add some Wink of Stella onto my bow, like that. Okay. Now I can punch. All right, so let's see if we can get this right. Okay. So I'm going to punch out his face. And then I'm going to punch out my body. And like I said, we got to be careful because if you stretch it at all, it's a little close. Okay, so we got that, right? Clean up our mess. Okay, and then we've got our little bow. We're going to put him down here and pray. We did it right. We did. Yay. And we're going to punch him. Oh, code, please. Just, there we go. A little better. Okay, we've got him. All right, so now we can put that in. So we'll grab some dimensionals. I have some mini glue dots as well. And we'll bring all of our pieces in and made confetti. I've got a mess. There we go. Okay, so let me move that. What I want to do is go ahead and I'm going to add this to our piece. All right. Then we've got our card base here. Garnish that really good. Then I want some dimensionals that were right here in front of me. And I'm going to add this with dimensionals. If I can get a hold of them today. There we go. I love that you can do very simple cards with a bit of a pop, so to speak, with this bundle, or you can really bump it up to much more. Okay. So then we'll take these all off. And of course, you can use your U-Pick tool to take these backings off if you don't have one of these old style pokey tools. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so we're going to add this on to here. All right. And then I want to pop up my sheep. And then I'm going to add one on his head. Now, I want to, when I do this, I'm going to be putting this over his body. So I put the dimensional more to the top than in the middle, so it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Okay. And then I have a glue dot right here. And we're going to add our bell with the glue dot. Okay. Yep. Okay. So now let's take this off. And I'm going to put him right here in the center. And then I've got my little head, and I'm going to put him over here like that. And then I've got my little bow. Okay, Donna. There we go. And I'm just going to kind of tuck that under and tack that down. And then I have some of the iridescent pearls. And I'm just going to finish this off with a few of those. And one more. I'll put it down here. Okay. And there we go. Just so cute. And it doesn't have to be for Easter. It doesn't have to be a baby card, although it has sentiments in it that are perfect for that. Okay. And then our inside, we just carried everything over. So again, very simple with just a little bit of pop adding the dimensionals there just kind of changes the whole look of it. Now, I had Bunko recently, and one of the cards that we did for Bunko was this one. So again, basically same papers, etc. But for this one, I placed his face going the opposite direction, used some different stamps. And again, changed it up. This one's flat, but again, super, super cute ways that you can utilize this little bundle for a wide variety of cards. Simple or a little bit more popped up. All right. So those are your cards for tonight. I hope you like that and will try it. Again, it's a very reasonable bundle as well. And I think it's one that you're going to be able to do a lot with. Again, not just for Easter or for baby cards, but something as fun as just sending a little card to tell someone you're thinking about them, etc. So everyone have a great weekend. I will be back next week, hopefully with some more news. I am not going to Long Beach. I'm sad, but there are some things going on here at home, and I need to be here. So I know it's the right decision, but hopefully I'll get to hear a lot of news from my fellow demonstrators, and I can share that all with you next week. So have a great rest of your weekend. Like I said, thanks for being here, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.